everyone.
Hello,
I feel like
Kim.
that intro was so festive. Like I'm totally in the holiday mood now. Welcome to our September-October Club Along. Yes, I am Kim Kesty here at Spellbinders, and I'm with...
Josie Cirencione.
Yay!
I had to say my real full name.
It's like fancy.
It is.
In fact, we are getting fancy here for our Club Along today. We're super excited. Maybe you're watching us on Instagram. Maybe you're watching us on Facebook. Maybe you're watching us on YouTube. Guys, we are streaming to all
this is
three
exciting.
platforms.
I know, this is
like,
new.
Yay! And not only that, but as we go through our programming, we're going to have Yana crafting, and we're going to be crafting, and you're going to see so many amazing things. And if you're watching on Instagram or Facebook, you might see a little fun little situation happening. You're going to see a little tab kind of pop up just throughout the show. It shouldn't be like distracting or anything, but it might say something like Shop A. We might be talking about a certain product. You guys, this is fancy. You can click on it, and things will actually kind of add to your cart. You'll get a notification, so don't get weirded out about it or anything. But
you can always edit your cart.
Yeah, just kind of a fun thing to just go as we go along, because so many times people are saying in the comments, you know,
what did you
gosh,
use?
what was that?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that folder. La 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 la. So
no, it's exciting for us
so
too.
Fun.
Yeah.
So hopefully, just give us a shout out, whatever platform you're watching on, whatever you're watching on. Just give us a shout out, say hey. And of course, we do have a lovely moderator who is going to be kind of fielding your questions. Hi, Marisa!
Hi,
Marisa! Yay! So if you do have questions as you go along, no matter who's, crafting or whatnot, you can just type those in, and she's going to be following along and watching those. So
we do have some giveaways.
So fun.
So do we want to talk about that?
That's
we
right.
have 3 giveaways, so it's a little bit different.
3 giveaways.
So on Instagram and Facebook, comment win.
Yes. Just
And
type in WIN any old time.
Yep, and then we will draw somebody randomly from Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
And yeah, same thing, comment on YouTube, win.
Yep.
So easy. We try to make it easy for you guys.
And we will announce those winners towards the end of the show. So we're excited about all the newness happening. So should we just dive into September?
Let's dive into September. We're going to go through our September Club Along. We know you guys all have the September boxes in your hot little hands. Unless you're not a subscriber already, we should acknowledge that there might be people watching that do not subscribe already. So you might just see something you fall in love with. You're like, I got to have it.
And all those products are live.
Yeah, all the products are live from the past month. And then a little bit later on, we'll dive into October.
Yes.
So September, let's do it.
September was super popular. Everybody loved September. Amazing
Yes.
projects that we saw coming through. So we'll start with the large die. The large die is this
Pitch this up
amazing.
just a tiny bit more. There we go.
Is this amazing barn, and I love the perspective. And then you have the sunflowers, you have the tree, you have these landscapes. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with the large die.
Yes, and
And
I saw so many great projects online populating.
And it's very
so
easy
pretty.
to use. It's very intuitive, and I love the road going up to the barn and everything.
So cute.
Okay,
love,
then
love.
this
Love
was-
these colors too.
yeah.
Yummy, yum. So large die, check. Love it.
Small die is this amazing scarecrow.
So
Or
cute.
you can do a scary scarecrow, or you can do a very cute little traditional
Aw,
scarecrow.
That's,
and here's,
that's amazing. The
I know.
difference.
So basically, it's the same body, the same elements. You just change the color,
Change the
and there's
colors.
2 faces.
Oh, I love it. This looks totally glow in the
I know,
dark. I
right?
love it.
So this is a really fun set, and it does come with a couple sentiments.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
So that's a lot. I'm amazed how much you pack into
I
small
know.
die. Honestly, sometimes I see it here and I'm like, "Oh, cool, large die." She's like, "No, actually, that's small die."
I know, we're getting
I'm like,
better
"Wait,
and
what?"
better. And this has been super popular as well as this large stitch sunflower. And Yana's going to be using this in her project today and showing a completely different way how to use this, because that's what Yana
Excited.
does. And yeah, it's
Look how
it's just
just
beautiful
lush.
and lush.
Ooh.
So there's two layers that have been cut and stitched.
Yeah.
And I've also seen people where they just stitch the top layer and I cut the other layer.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
And
don't
then-
always have to stitch them.
No.
True.
And there is stitching that goes across the front of the sunflower.
And there's some beautiful, just even texture in that center there. I
Yeah.
think you guys can see that.
And
So pretty.
There's a
You
couple,
can see it
there's
right
a
here.
sentiment here as well.
Yeah, 2 of them.
And the next we have
Gorgeous.
the glimmer, and the glimmer is we call this a big thanks. So you have this
That is a big one.
friendly thanks. You have this oversized thanks, but look how
Gorgeous.
beautifully it marries
at
with
that glimmer.
the large die.
Try to catch it in the light here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So there's thanks for
Oh, there we go.
kind of everybody. And here's another
Gorgeous.
thanks for having a big heart. Thanks for lending a
Aw.
hand. And there's thanks for being a friend. So it's just all about being grateful.
Yeah, it doesn't
and
even have to
thankful.
be only for the month of October,
No,
obviously,
no.
or this season.
This is year
You're
round.
going to use that year round.
And then
Love
the butter
it.
press is these beautiful.
Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites.
Beautiful leaves. And again, this does come with a registration, and if you do use the registration, it kind of creates this pattern. But you'll see here that you can use them any way that you wish,
right,
to create different.
So if you guys are not sure about what we're saying, registration is an acetate pattern. So if you want to get the exact pattern of what we show on the packaging, you just put that acetate on your platform and you just copy the pattern. Super easy.
And these are some of our newer
Or you go
inks.
crazy and just layer
overlap
up
and layer. And
nice.
we have beautiful fall ink colors from Better Press.
Yes, and there's a bunch of sentiments too. Love.
Yep.
Awesome.
And then we have the stamp and die. Let me pull that out. And again, it has this really pretty spray of pumpkins and fall vegetation.
So pretty.
This little acorn corner, and then just some great sentiments.
Yeah, and the die cuts out all the big pieces and a couple sentiments. Oh, look how pretty.
This is clever how they did this little
yeah,
flap.
so
Yeah.
cool. I don't think you could really see that in the photography online, so that's way cool.
Yeah, so that is,
Stamp and die,
Stamp and
pretty
die.
pretty.
and then here's
We
the
have a tower that's going to fall over here.
2D folder, which we'll be using a little bit later. It's this nice autumn chevron with this little,
Gorgeous.
what is this, a picking shear?
Yeah, it's a
on
little
the
kind of
little
pinked
check.
edge. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Cute. And then there's that stamp coming back. Love it. I love how the clubs really coordinate well. Everything stands on its own, but if you mix and match, it's just all the better. Gorgeous.
And then here we
Okay.
have the 3D folder,
There we
which
go.
again, people really loved it.
Stunning.
It's this beautiful pumpkin patch.
Gorgeous.
Again,
Yes.
you
I know I've seen this pop up so many times
So many
online.
times,
Everyone's loving it.
so there's that.
Super
And then we have the
gorgeous.
stencil, which is this pattern of pumpkins to create a background. And I pulled both of these to show, like, if you just change the color.
So fun.
And this is the glimmer.
Yeah, so the stencil, yeah, got all the layers on here. 6 layers. Cool.
Super easy to use.
And what's fun about, I should remind people that we are kind of walking through the deluxe caboodle, which is when you get all 10 clubs for super duper value price. And we're going to see a freebie that you get too, a little bonus item. But
And then we have this beautiful wax seal, which again is
love
fall
it.
leaves. It kind of mimics the Better Press.
yes.
And then this is one of our new colors, the Must Have wax bead mix. And this is all the
Gorgeous.
autumn colors. And
I
there's
love the
amazing
shape. It's that
colors.
super interesting oval shape.
Oval.
Love.
Yeah, and here they used Better Press, I don't know if you can see that, as a dry emboss
yeah.
just to create a background without the ink,
Interesting.
which
I
is
love
beautiful.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little subtle, but it's really, really pretty. And then the regular Better Press here. Nice.
And then if you are part of the deluxe caboodle,
Yep.
you get this cute little
Oh,
this little happy Halloween.
he's like our
font.
little nod to Halloween. Well, the
Yeah.
Scarecrow kind of could be too, but yeah. So bonus item. So if you would have subscribed, you would have gotten this bonus item, just as a little kind of extra in your deluxe caboodle.
And
Way
this also comes
cool.
with its own little sentiment.
Ah, so
So.
cute. Love the colors here.
Yeah,
So
that is
pretty.
September, and
Oh my
people
gosh.
have been loving it. So
Absolutely.
if you're not a club member and you want to get any of the product, it's all open stock on our website.
All available individually now. If you're not a member, you have to pay a tiny bit more because you know we gotta get our club people the bestest price. But I think, like Josie said, we're gonna have some really fun crafting ahead of us.
Yes.
Because we want to bring Miss Yana in. Hopefully, she's all ready and set to go.
Hi, Yana.
Yes, I am ready. I'm just reading the comments and getting excited with everyone else. This is so awesome. I've missed Club Along.
Yeah,
I
it seems
saw
like yeah.
the ask-
Every other
and
month,
it-
we're like, wait, do we have one this month?
Yeah.
No, not till next month. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a little
I saw-
birdie told me that you might be doing something just a little bit fun and different with the September Club. So tell us a little bit more.
Yes. So I was very much inspired by the stitched sunflower, and I thought to myself, can I use this to make a poinsettia? And I kind of challenged myself to try and see if I could cut the die cut apart and change that to make a Christmas poinsettia. And
Fun.
I encourage
wait
you
to
to watch
see
my
it.
video to see if I managed to do that or not. It was super fun.
And I love how I think as Yana goes along, she's super good at mixing and matching, even across months of clubs. So sometimes you might see her pop in a little sneak peek of October and her September project or vice versa. So I love that you're just an expert at mixing and matching.
Right.
Thank you. It's always fun to mix and match. We all, we have all of the products in our stash, so why not look back or look forward and just combine the different products together
Yeah.
from different months because they all do work together. It doesn't, if you're using September products, it does not mean that you have to stick just to September. You can definitely look at some older months and even add regular releases.
Core.
You're not just limited
Yeah.
to clubs. You can mix and match with all of the other goodies that you have in your stash.
Yeah, and I think
For
people
sure.
forget to do that, so I'm glad that we're always reminding people to go back and look at what you have and mix it in
Use it.
and give
use
new
it.
life to something.
Sweet. So are you ready, Yana? Should we roll? Yana pre-recorded this, but she's going to be there commenting and chit-chatting with you guys. So
All right,
are we ready?
we're ready.
Let's go ahead and get started. And like Kim said, I'll be there in the comments to answer any questions you guys might have.
All right. Take it away.
Hello everyone. I'm Yana Smakula. Thank you for joining us for our next Club Along event with Spellbinders. I'm super excited to bring you Christmas card created using the September stitching die, which is this beautiful sunflower. When we were planning the next Club Along, we usually have our meetings a couple of weeks before the event and we decide who is going to use what. So Josie said she will use the large die from October because that one is super cute and I couldn't agree more. And I said that I wanted to use the stitching die from September because to me, that die posed a challenge. I wanted to see if I could use the sunflower, the petals from the sunflower, and turn those into a poinsettia. So this is what we're going to try and get done in this video. I'm going to do some die cutting, I'm going to do some stitching, and then some probably like piecing together to see if we can make a poinsettia out of this beautiful die cut. So just now you saw me use my Platinum 6 die cutting and embossing machine and the stitching die, the sunflower from the September stitching die of the month. Again, love this die. I love the size of this die. I love the detail that the die adds to the paper. And I cut it out from the Poppy Field cardstock. So this is the Spellbinders red cardstock. If you don't have red cardstock, you can die cut it from white and then just add some ink blending to color the paper, whichever color you want. Here I am also adding some ink blending. I'm using a dark red ink pad from my stash and a blending brush and just blending the color onto the paper. Next, I have my Spellbinders scissors and I'm just going to cut those petals apart. Yes, I need to have individual petals for my flower because the poinsettia, as we know, is a different shape than the sunflower. Sunflower is more symmetrical. Poinsettia is more organic. There's no symmetry to that flower. So we need to make sure that we do not have a perfect circle. We just need to make sure that we have individual petals. I also went ahead and I die cut leaves or another layer. I die cut another layer from green cardstock. This is the darkest green from Spellbinders. And again, I'm cutting those petals apart and I will stitch them one at a time. Another reason why you want to cut your petals apart is because you will be, or I will be, and if you follow me, you will be as well, stitching those petals one at a time. You don't want to stitch the entire flower and then cut it apart because you will cut your thread apart and that, of course, will mess up all of your stitching. So here I'm using DMC thread in color red. I don't remember the exact name or the exact number of this thread, but I just basically picked something that was true red and worked well with the color of cardstock that I was using and the color of ink blending. I'm using 2 strands, so the DMC thread comes in 6 strands and I just separated that and I'm using 2 strands. You can use 3 strands. I rarely use more than that because to me that just looks too bulky and it looks like too much. So 2 to 3 strands is the perfect magic number for me. So I just went ahead and I quickly stitched one of the petals and I'm using a magnet to hold the petal down on my magnetic sheet. So this is a magnetic glass mat and I'm using a magnet. It holds it down while I tie a knot on the back of my petal. I find this to be the easiest way to secure my thread in place. You can, of course, use low-tech tape like Best Ever Craft tape, but there's not enough room on the back of this petal to add that tape, so tying a knot works best. You can also use glue. And once you've tied your knot, sometimes I tie 2 or 3 knots just to make sure that my thread is not going to come undone. I also add another dot of glue, and you will see me do that a little bit later once I'm done stitching these petals. So when it comes to a poinsettia, I have found that you will need to have at least 5 petals to have a decent size flower. The more petals you add, the better your flower is going to look. And at first, I did plan to have just 5 petals. I thought that that would be, the magic number for my flower. But as I put my flower on a card, I realized that it wasn't working for me. I needed to add more petals, so I ended up adding more. I'm not sure how many I used in the end, but I feel like I used almost all of these sunflower petals. I just rearranged them in a more organic way, in a more organic form or shape to create a poinsettia. So here you can see me adding that dot of glue. I'm using Bearly Art. And this is going to dry and make sure that my thread is really secure and it is not going to come undone. The stitching is very easy to do. You just follow the lines that the die creates for you. It doesn't take long. I think it took me less than 10 minutes to stitch all of these petals, and I had a beautiful stitched poinsettia. Or, if you are using this die the way it was intended, you end up having a beautiful sunflower. By the way, do check out the Spellbinders website and the Spellbinders blog for a lot of examples on how this die, how the sunflower die can be used in a traditional sense of the way, how it was stitched using all the beautiful yellow and orange colors, and how beautifully it looks when it is stitched and created as a sunflower. Okay, now that I have my petals created, I'm going to show you how I assemble the flower. So here I have a foam square. It's a thin foam square. You don't really need to use a foam square. I just needed something like a sticky surface, so that worked better. That worked for me. So I have a large thin foam square, and I'm shaping each petal using my fingers, and I'm adding them one at a time onto the foam square, creating that organic poinsettia shape. It doesn't work right away. You can see that my flower looks really wonky. It actually looks bad at first, but the more I play with it and the more I rearrange those petals, the better it ends up looking in the end. So if you're following me and if you're doing this and you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, this does not look good, just keep at it. This is like watercolor. If you've ever done watercolor in your life, you know that when you start doing watercolor, it looks like a huge mess. But the more you work on it, the more you persevere, the better it ends up looking in the end. So I've added the 5 red petals, and now I'm adding the green petals or the green leaves to, create the leaves for my flower. Now to create the flower center, I went ahead and I pulled fashion dots from my stash. I wanted to use gold, but I didn't have any gold, so I reached out for silver, and I added multiple size dots in the center to create that organic looking flower for my poinsettia, and I love the way this looks. So right now, my poinsettia has 7 red petals and 3 or 4 green petals. Love it. Okay, it's time to create our card now that the poinsettia is done. Although I will say I do come back to this poinsettia and I add more petals later once I attach the poinsettia onto the card base. So here I have a sheet of indigo cardstock. This is half of a letter sheet, and I'm using my Spellbinders trimmer to create a score line at the 4 1/4 inch mark to fold this in half and create an A2 top folding card base. So this is going to be a landscape card. I also dry embossed a panel of the same cardstock using the 2D embossing folder from September. I love this design. It's such a simple, subtle pattern. Very, very classy, and I feel like this can be used all year round. As you can see, I easily incorporated this into a Christmas card, but it can be an everyday, a masculine, even a birthday card if you decide to use somewhat more cheerful colors. On the back of my panel, I added several sheets of scrap cardstock. I have this scrap cardstock in my stash that I use to add stability to my panels. So there are 4 layers of scrap cardstock on the back, and I just glued them together, and I glued them to the back of my panel. This will make my panel a lot sturdier, and it will also pop it up on my card base. I also glimmered a sentiment for my card. This reads, Merry Christmas, and this was created using the Glimmer Hot Foil Kit of the Month for October. I really wanted to pair this makeshift poinsettia with Christmas sentiment from the October kits, so I foiled this using gold foil on the same indigo cardstock. With all the parts and pieces done, we can now begin assembly. So here I have this beautiful cord or thread from Vivant. Spellbinders has a ton of beautiful cords and ribbons from this brand Vivant. It's a luxury brand from the Netherlands. The ribbons are fantastic. They're very high quality, and I have some in my stash, and I'm really excited to see ribbons and cords make a comeback in card making because I feel like they make our cards really special and really unique. So here I'm just wrapping this cord around my panel. I want to make this panel look as if this is a gift, a front of a gift. So I'm just wrapping it around, and I'm using Best Ever Craft Tape to secure this thread from the back of my panel. And with that done, I'm going to use glue and adhere this onto my card base, onto my dark blue card base. So the poinsettia is going to go on top like so, and then I'm also going to add my sentiment. The reason I created a dark blue card base is because when I'm using a colored cardstock for the background of my card, I want the card base to be the same color so that there's no odd colors peeking from the side or from behind. So I always make sure to use the same color of cardstock for the background panel and for the card base. So I went ahead and I used glue. I added my poinsettia onto the card base. And now I'm using foam adhesive squares and adding the extra little petals just to make this poinsettia a little bit more organic and a little bit more, fluid or fuller, because that's the poinsettia that I envision here on my card. I also decided I needed to add a couple of bows or loops created with this gold thread from Vivant. So I just tied a big bow. I then used a foam adhesive square, and I used that square to tuck that bow under my poinsettia next to that ribbon. You can also use glue, but I figured using a foam square was just a little bit easier, and it was a safer option for me, because with the foam square, your element is going to stick down to the surface right away. With all of that beautiful gold happening, I figured I wanted to add some splatters. So here I have the Yasutomo watercolor. It is available in the Spellbinder shop, available in several colors. I love this particular color. And I'm just using my water brush. This is how I like to work with this watercolor. I load my water brush with water. I add a little bit of water onto that ceramic pan, and then I pick up the watercolor with my water brush, and I just, tap with my finger on the water brush, and this gives me just the perfect amount of splatter on my project. So here's a look at the card I have for you today, created with the stitching die of the month for September, the sunflower, the Glimmer Hot Foil Kit of the month for October, the sentiment, and the 2D embossing folder of the month for September. Thanks so much. I hope you feel inspired to create. Let's go back to the studio and check in with the girls to see what they have created.
Wow.
Amazing, Yana.
I think we're all just standing here going, wait, what did you do?
I know. That's beautiful.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. It was fun to make it. Fun
And
to
I'm
alter
glad
that
that you're bringing the
sunflower
thread back.
into a
It looked
poinsettia.
beautiful with the
What a
threads.
fabulous die.
Thank you.
Say that again
I
about
said-
the thread.
I'm glad and happy to see you bringing back the threads because it just added an element of texture and just a little bit of that extra to elevate the card, and beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I had fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Yana. I think we'll bring you back more toward the end of the
Yeah.
program just to say hi again. But we're going to move on. You gave us a sneak peek of October, but we're going to move on to October clubs now. So should we take a peek?
Yes.
No,
Should
we're
we-
warmed up now.
Should we let
Woohoo!
everybody know that there's limited quantities?
That is true.
Yes.
So October clubs are live right now. You guys can subscribe all the way through the 27th. But I think it's partly because it's holiday, and I don't know. People are just in the crafting mood. But
Yeah.
these have been selling quick.
Like
so
quick. The slippers.
check it out.
Yes, the slippers have been going a little bonkers. So
Okay.
the large die, which we're going to craft with the large die after we're done here, but it is this slipper die. We called it
So
Cozy Toe
unique and
Slippers.
fun.
And we'll show you all the different elements that go with the slipper set
Yeah, when we're crafting.
when we're
but-
crafting. And
yep.
this is the Better Press.
Yeah,
So,
the better press to make the
again-
little pajama pants.
Yeah.
Oh, so
And
cute.
then I just love this one.
Oh, small
It's
die.
The small die. It's this polar bear with a little
Aw.
penguin and this little light, strand of lights.
Cute. And I've seen people use this strand in so many different
Yeah.
ways, you know, just twisting and turning. It's so fun that it has the 2 different loops, and
Yeah.
you can just go crazy with it.
And again, it's super easy to put together.
And the penguin is part of it too.
Yep. And we'll show that. We'll show the penguin on its own in a second.
Aw.
And then the stitch die. I'm always a fan of a cloche.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I just wanted to create something really pretty with the stitching on the bottom of the
elegant.
cloche. And it's, again, very simple to stitch. And with our stitching dies, you don't have to stitch them. You can just cut them out because the holes are strategically placed.
Just
so
to create
it's
a
just
pattern.
to create a pattern.
Right.
And then you
And
get
this is just long loops. They're
Yep.
just gorgeous.
Yeah, and then you get this great background. And so you can use this cloche on its own and put other elements in this.
Cute,
Again,
cute.
you can use older Christmas, holiday. You can even
Yeah.
just use flowers and create a beautiful
So
floral
pretty.
cloche.
So stitch die, gorgeous.
This is the Glimmer, which
Oh,
is
I love this one.
really pretty vintage light bulb.
Love
and
it.
here's somebody mixed in the small
Oh, yeah,
die.
yeah, the small die. I see it now.
And if you
Love this glimmer.
flip this, you can create a full background.
Ah, so glimmer it twice.
Yep,
I got
glimmer
it.
twice, and you'll have a full background.
Darling.
So we do that a lot, where we just do a border or a strip, and then we design it in a way where you can flip it and create a full
So
background.
get more use out of it. And I've
Yeah.
seen people obviously color these on a lighter
Yeah.
background. So cute.
And we didn't do a stencil for this only because the shapes are so big.
Pretty
It's
simple.
very easy to color
Yeah.
in.
Glimmer, so cute. As we call it, GOM.
And then this is kind of a build a plaid. So
Oh, I love
there
this
is a
one.
registration, which we talked about earlier, that goes with this, but you can use these stripes any way that you want. You don't have to create a plaid. You could just create a striped background. You could
Right.
create mixed stripe background. But let me show you these two
Couple
samples. Look how
samples.
adorable that is.
Okay, so here's parts of the slipper die coming
Yep.
back. But yeah, look at that stunning background. Love the colors.
And then you do get these little strip sentiments, which are great.
Yep.
And then here's another, this is a different color version. And then they also cut out this glitter paper.
Got a little glitter
Just to give it a
action.
little
Love
bit of
it. And even
shine.
here's just a tiny bit of a white pen.
Yep. And
Just really beefing up that plaid.
and some white splatter.
Cute.
Yes.
Love
So
that
this is
one.
fun, especially with all our new ink colors and how the colors layer, and you can mix colors, so you can do any color, use this all year round. It doesn't have to be just for the holidays.
That's what I was just going to say. It's totally evergreen. Like I would use that plaid all the time.
Yeah.
Cute.
And
All
then
right,
here we
better
have the
press.
stamp and die.
This is so
It's so
sweet.
cute.
Oh,
So the way
little
that
characters.
the way that we design this is when you stamp this, you'll stamp them together, but the dies cut them out individually.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So
So they
we-
could either be a little pair or
Yeah,
you
or
separate
you can use them individually when
I
you
didn't
die cut
realize
them
that.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
One of the
Cute
reasons we do that
sentiments,
is it
too.
saves space too on the stamp,
Gotcha.
so that way we
Yeah.
can add more.
Get more stuff in. Yeah, that's
And
right.
here they
More
are cut
value.
out.
Love this cute little color blocking too.
I know, fantastic job. And then
Oh,
this
there's the
is the 2D
folder.
folder, which we will
Love
be
it.
using. It's kind of just like this little diamond argyle pattern
Again, super evergreen, like adorable with Christmas, but I can see using that all the
all
time.
the time.
And I love the little sentiment sneaking in here. That's the Better Press one.
Yep.
Cute.
And then this one is called
Ooh.
Joyful Candy Canes, and it's this
I always love the 3D.
the 3D, but it's just borders of poinsettias, evergreen, and little candy canes.
Ugh, darling.
Yeah, which the candy canes look so cute.
They just pop right
Yeah.
out. Awesome. 3D folder. Okay.
What else do we have in here? The
And again,
stencil.
reminder, this is the deluxe caboodles. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get all these goodies if you subscribe to the deluxe caboodle.
And this is a stencil. There's actually 2 different patterns, but one of the patterns you can use a few different ways. So here's one of the main patterns, which is this really fun ornament.
Cool. So you get the ornaments. So it's almost like 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so ornament stencil, darling.
And then you have this pattern here where you can do 2 colors, but you can use this one individually and just
All
do
by
kind of like
itself.
this diamond pattern,
Cute.
and then you can use the other one individually as
Ooh,
well.
I can see this really great with paste or something.
Yeah, and here
Actually,
we,
I think
we
that
have
is
it
with paste.
And this
I
is
didn't realize
so
that. Okay, I'm loving
clever.
it.
Somebody did the ornaments, and then they used that background with glitter paste.
Darling.
Just to give it some texture.
And they must have used the stencil as the mask.
Yeah.
This is one of our outside designers that does amazing
Yeah.
projects.
And look,
Super
they
cool.
use the twine
Yeah.
to
Cute.
add little bows. It's adorable.
That's a great stencil. So fun. Wax seals
And then-
next, yeah?
You know, this is kind of a fun winter wonderland set. So we did Most Wonderful Time of the Year in the same font that we used for the stamp set. So kind of everything goes together.
Right.
And you get this beautiful Christmas mix.
I'm
And
loving the mixes
mixes are
packs.
fun.
Love them.
because you can use them as a mix, or you can pull out the individual
This
colors.
one's just the white,
just
yeah.
the white. And then this is the Tutti folder, and then here's the little penguin just kind of sitting
Oh,
on there.
from the small die.
Yeah, and then we did a
Cute.
white splatter just to add a little bit of background, and I love the clear dots.
Yeah, so cute.
There's that. Oh, we forgot to
Got a
show.
little snowy festive.
We forgot to show the
Oh, yeah, the glimmer.
The glimmer
You always
foil.
get a foil every month. It helps you build up your stash of foils for sure.
and then the extra for this month that you get if you're part of the deluxe club. It's sentiments that go with the slippers. So you have delivering furry wishes and penguin kisses. Hope your day is full
Set
of
that down. I don't know
cozy
why it doesn't want to.
toes
Focus.
and
There
warm
we go.
wishes, sending you fuzzy feelings and festive cheer, and hope your holidays sparkle with joy and happiness.
I think we're going to have to use this one in craft too.
Yes, we are.
So cute.
But this was a great month. People are really enjoying this month. So like we said, it is
I'm gonna
limited
keep
quantities.
this.
So
Awesome.
sign up now.
Yay. So guys, I'm going to keep out the large die. I already have one taken apart,
Okay.
and then I'm going to keep this little guy. We're going to pack up the rest of these. I feel like we should do some crafting, yeah?
Yeah.
Call it a club along, craft along, let's do it. So Josie and I thought, well, we've seen a lot of the variations. Let's just show some of these of the holiday kind of more penguin Santas. Here's a darling one using basically that same
Yep.
plaid kind of idea from the Better Press. So penguins, different headgear, so darling. Then we have the little reindeer. Somebody was actually saying too, if you did it like without the antlers, it could almost look like a different kind of critter,
Animal,
like
yeah.
whatever kind of animal.
Just cut it out of different colors.
Yeah, so cute.
And I've also seen people make a lot of cards just using the heads.
Yeah, I think we've got one at the
Yeah.
bottom of this stack. So here's another little penguin, again using some different little plaid
Look,
jammies.
They created the
Got
wallpaper using the
in
stencil.
back. Cute. Here's some Santa slippers. Gotta love those, the little sparkly.
And this is one of our background dyes to create the
Yep.
fabric for the pajama
Cute.
pants.
And here's some slippers without the jammy legs. Yeah,
Bunny slippers.
they're so cute, bunny slippers. So I think one of the only slippers we haven't seen, which is why Josie and I figured we're going to bring it to life, is the little monster slippers. So
is adorable.
So we've got our jammy legs here. We're going to be playing with those. We'll keep this die. And guys, we've done a little bit of our die cutting already. Can you pick that up?
I can. There you
I
go.
was like stuck. So you can see all the fun little the slippers here and all the fun little different shapes and stuff. But we do have some already die cut. So you can see where we're going with this. We've got these adorable little monster parts all cut out. So we're going to kind of walk you through how to assemble them.
Do you want to work on that, and I will emboss your background?
Yeah,
and
let's
cut
emboss
out-
the background. I'm going to take the two little, I keep calling them ankles. I guess they are ankles.
they're-
Are they more like shins? Are they ankles? Or what are they? Josie's so clever doing all this. She doesn't miss a detail. So I'm going to take these two little shins, I'm going to call them. And I'm going to add a little bit of ink.
I'm going to steal that paper.
Oh, yeah.
And can I get the Mighty Mister?
You bet.
Thank you.
Josie's going to do a little fun background. On my original card we concepted, I did this tiny dot folder, which is adorable. Just one from our core release. But we thought, you know what? We've got that way cute folder from our club, so we're going to substitute that. And I'm going to add a little bit of ink, like I said, to my shins. I really should add freckles to mine.
Your shins.
My shins have freckles. You don't really have to do this step, adding ink, but I thought, well, you know, we'll warm up that skin tone a little bit. So I've just got a dried marmalade, little distress oxide here. So
And again, even though this is mainly holiday, you have the monster slippers and the bunny slippers that can be used year round.
year round, yeah.
So it
I
is an
think people would
evergreen
wear
set.
penguin slippers year round. Too.
Yes.
All right, so you can see I just have a little bit of extra peachy peach added on there. And then I think we should ink a little bit of the monster guys too, right?
Yeah.
give them a little
Just
more,
a little bit.
a little more green. We've got our slippers. For sure, we'll do the little.
And again, it's
Kinda like
super easy
top
to
of
put
them.
together. It's very intuitive.
And I don't know if you can see so much. Maybe it's showed up a little bit on the ankles, but as you're working with this die yourself, you're going to see that there's little guidelines or kind of little score lines that absolutely help you assemble every part of it. It's
Yeah.
so easy.
We're getting better and better with every design. We improve every time.
And the easier it is for you guys to put it together, the more enjoyable it is to do this little paper piecing, you know. I call it, coloring with paper, kind
Yeah.
of, huh? So this is, by the way, I should put my ink color up there. This is Modelon, so I'm just kind of giving some little ink around the edges. And it also kind of even emphasizes these cut lines more when you add that ink. So all these cut lines just add all the more detail. So you can see the little socks really pop out by adding that extra ink.
Do you want to hand me some pattern paper and I'll cut out the pajama?
Oh yeah, so this is what we decided. I've got pajama pants right here cut in just white cardstock. But in order to personalize them, I think this would be so fun for anybody. Just flip through your favorite pattern paper pad. I'll let you flip through on screen here. Maybe you guys will spot one that you love.
Should
This
we
is a
use-
Simple Stories paper pad that we actually sell here. We carry a few different manufacturers. This is called Fresh Air. So there's all kinds of papers.
Should I pick?
Show one of the plaids too, because I want to see one of the plaids.
All right.
Just to see what it looks like. There's some cute little checks and plaids.
Here's a pink plaid
Cute.
with the green. Okay, this is so 80s, you guys. Pink and green.
Pink and green.
If you guys remember Eyes Light shirts with the collar popped up, we're aging ourselves. That's what we used to wear to school.
That was cute too, even the little orange.
The little flat. Yeah,
Or-
all of it's really cute. These little.
This would be fun.
Is fun.
Maybe that's too green for ours.
Yeah.
Polka dots.
Polka dots. This is cute.
Oh, I love that
Do you want
plaid.
this one?
Let's do that one. Let's
Okay.
do that one just for fun.
All right.
Just to kind of show you guys, you can customize any paper. Oh yeah,
It's the back of the one that we already used.
Oh,
All right,
that's
so
really
where's
cute.
that die?
So again, customize your pajama pants. Make it maybe match one that you have in your closet, or use something like the Better Press and create your own pattern legs. Either way would be super fun.
I know this would be fun to do an individualized card for everybody when families get together and they have pajama mornings on Christmas.
So fun. What if you even did like little name cards or place cards?
That
How
would be
cute would
cute.
that be?
Adorable.
So these two little, kind of little bit odder shapes right here, I didn't exactly know what they were first, and then I figured out, oh, Josie's Miss Clever. She's actually got a little back for the slipper, so how fun is that? So we'll attach our little shins first, and then we'll back it with that little guy. Love using my little pickup tool here. Then these two pieces are like the little soles for your slippers, so we'll glue those on. And again, they have a little indent right there that shows you exactly how to line them up. And then, of course, we've got our monster teeth. These are the best.
Here, I'm gonna turn these this way.
Oh, yeah. We've got the little kind of angled line there that tells us exactly what to do. Do you want to do legs or...
Yeah, I'll do the legs.
Okay, I'll give you some tape runner maybe. And I do like cutting out that background for the legs.
Just to give it some stability.
Just to give it more sturdiness, because I feel like if we pop it up, it'll give it even more depth and
Yeah.
dimension. So cute. All right, so the bottom of the shins here are going to tuck into the slippers.
And even the large die comes with a sentiment.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
this. So many of the dies stand on their own, but then of course when you mix and match there, you even get more possibilities.
Here's one pajama pant.
Pajama butt? Okay, so what do you guys call them? Do you call them PJs, pajamas, jammies?
Loungewear. Jammies is more fun.
Marisa, what's your poison? Which one do you call it?
Jammies!
Jammies!
I'm a jammy girl.
So you know what we call them with our grandkids? Jam jams.
Oh, that's cute. I
Time
don't
to
know.
get your jam jams on.
The best part of the day is getting home after work and putting on your jammies.
And your slippers. You're gonna have monster slippers to put on now. These actually are, like, I've been shopping recently, and maybe you guys have noticed too, but there is all kinds of fun slippers coming out now. Maybe they come out every fall, I don't know, but I think I've noticed more All right,
during
I'm
the
gonna
holidays for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna slip the soles on. Maybe I'll give you the pickup tool. Do you
I
want to start putting
I can help.
little twofers on?
If you put glue, I'll add the little,
Okay. And these also have a little kind of indent score line where you're gonna just be able to.
you'll know
And I actually have
exactly.
these upside down.
You'll
I
know
guess the
exactly
teeth
where
go
they
down
go.
that way. So this is kind of the non-skid sole, I call it, I guess. On the original card we made, I did it pink, but guys, can you picture this pink? It ended up looking a little bit like a little tongue. So I was like, I'm not doing pink again. Gonna do just kind of a neutral tan.
And you can
It's our
see how easy it
Portobello, I
is
think.
to line these up and put the little nails on.
The little claws.
Turn that one over.
And I'm going to get some foam, some of our foam strips. Actually, I'll trade you. I'm going to put some foam strips in the back of these legs
And I'm going to pop these up.
and pop those up. Perfect.
Can I get the foam squares?
Yep.
Great.
And some of our samples, we didn't pop up these jammy legs, but I thought it gave kind of an interesting little shadow, so I wanted to give them an extra little height.
Do you have some tweezers over there?
Yep. Get my magic
Thank
basket.
you.
Foam there.
All right, one of my favorite things about this job is just crafting together. It's just fun.
And again, you wouldn't have to pop up these, but
No.
how much cuter is it
Yeah,
when
it
you
just
actually
gives it
see
that
them?
dimension. And when you pop things up, it just, again, it elevates the card and just takes it to a whole nother level. I think it just reminds me of the papyrus cards, you know, when everything is popped up and has
Yeah.
dimension, and
Makes it more fancy.
yeah, it does.
So I'm actually putting a double layer of foam because when we get to our card front,
Is that card base?
yeah, we want the pants even a little higher than the slippers. So now you can see that those are double foamed. And then when I tuck these guys under, it's going to really give that fun extra
Oh my God,
dimension.
so
Oh, they're so
fun.
cute already. Okay, you're getting our base there. I love it. And what I have here is, we already used one of these little sentiments, but we
Yeah.
better pressed all the little cute sentiments. But let's go ahead and stick these guys on. And then add this. You might have to trim a little bit of the legs depending on kind of how you position them.
I made them
or-
longer on purpose.
Yeah.
So that way you can use them for multiple size cards.
And I've seen people do like a little bit kicked out,
Yeah.
or maybe you want a little like, what is this, like pigeon toed?
Yeah, you can really do whatever you want.
Let's
you can
see.
place them however you want.
Should we overlap a little bit?
Yeah, overlap them
Let's
a
just
little
make
bit.
them cute. Add a little bit of glue to the back. Here's some here, Josie. Josie's like, pass me the tissue.
Allergies.
It is the time of year, allergies. So every time you do the slippers, I said no matter what, if it's monster slippers or anything, they're just going to come out a little bit fun and different. So again, depending on how you angle them, maybe I want that one a little higher. Ah, so cute.
While you're doing that, I just want to show like you can add a
Yeah.
floor and a
Oh, yeah,
base.
yeah, I
you
love
can
that,
add
how
like
they
a
added a little-
baseboard, and you could add the flooring here.
Cute. Every little different angle. And this one's going to be different than our original card, which I love. Oh my gosh, so
what?
fun. So we'll trim this guy away. Yeah, which one? We
This
used,
one.
we kind of already used one of the fuzzy feeling ones,
Yeah,
but
we'll do this
switch
one.
her up.
Hope your holidays sparkle with joy and happiness, or
Yep.
hope your day is full of cozy toes and warm wishes.
Oh, I like that one. There is one particularly for the penguin. I think it says
Yeah.
something about penguin kisses. So that probably is specifically for that.
And this one also we did for the smell die.
Oh, true. Yeah,
you
because
got-
the little penguin.
You got the furry polar bear and the penguin.
Oh, fun.
So, and there's your sentiment.
Cute. Let's see. Kind of usually like it a little bit over, and we'll
Offset.
pop it up a tiny bit. I'm kind of a right justified girl. I'm probably right-handed. You're left-handed,
I'm
though.
left. Well, I'm both. I just write with my left hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do everything else with my
Okay.
right hand, but I can eat with both.
she's ambidextrous with food.
With food.
Don't mess around with my food. So maybe I gotta look and see. I'm gonna hold this up to my grid, see if it's mostly straight. Pretty
I
straight.
think it looks
Kinda
great.
Straight. All right.
And then you can add some gems. And,
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. It's just
so
fun.
Oh, one thing I did add on my original one was I did take a little bit of the gel pen, This is kind of popular with people out there, just adding a couple little accents.
Yeah, little highlights.
So a couple little highlights, a couple little dots. You can go as much or as little as you want. Maybe as little,
Again, it
couple
just gives
little
it another
toenails, need a couple.
layer of dimension.
Yeah,
It's so cute.
a little dots. Like you can do as much or as little as you want. But let's bring in the original and we'll see how it changed a little bit, which I love. So we originally picked the little more florally pants, which I love the contrast of the kind of sweet little floral and the rawr monster slippers.
I love it.
So fun. Yeah, two different, do we use two different, yeah, it's two different sentiments even. But love how just they come together and everyone's going to just have its own little personality.
And for more inspiration on how to use all the dyes, visit our blog, go to our website, and all our social media channels.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Instagram's always loaded, especially
Yeah.
when clubs come out. They're like, there's so much inspiration. Well, kind of really throughout the month, but love, love. All right, so you guys loving that? Loving our little monster slippers? Maybe you could put in the comment. Don't forget to comment win, especially if you're just adding, or kind of joining us a little bit late. To comment win to be one of our 3 prize winners.
Yeah, we'll be drawing those here real soon.
But also, I'd love to hear your comment on which is your favorite slipper. So, or which one you're going to craft with first. Love, love. All right, cool. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got some fun things to share before we let you go. One thing I wanted to remind everyone is we do have a crazy good sale. I mean, Spellbinders, we're always having some kind of special thing going on.
This
but
one's really good.
right now we've got $25 off if you purchase 125 or more. So that's like instant savings right
and free
there. We
shipping.
love that, of course. But we also have some gift sets. Talk about
Yes.
those just for a second. We have some amazing gift sets. A gift guide also. We'll talk about
Yep.
that in a second. But the gift sets are really fun. We've just kind of curated some really great bundles, put them together, made it so easy just to click and go.
And
Whether
get
it's a
it
gift for
yourself.
someone or for yourself.
I'm all about buying gifts for myself. So yeah.
So definitely check out all the gift sets. One of my favorites is the tools, the essential
yes.
tools one. It's so cute. It has all the things. It has the cute apron.
There's
so
ones
many
with the
fun
new
things.
machines. There's
Yes.
some great curated
The glimmer
sets.
one. Ooh, the glimmer
glimmer.
one's really good. So check those out. But we also have a fun gift guide where we've just taken some of either our
Our
bestsellers, some products that are not to be missed. So you definitely want to check that out too. So many fun things, right?
For
Oh my gosh.
everybody.
Hopefully you've loved kind of the streaming situation we have now and maybe those little shopping things that I know someone already said that's pretty cool how it pops up like that. So if you are watching that on Instagram or
Should we see if
Facebook.
Skylar has our names for us?
Yeah, maybe we should pick some winners. I love that idea. Or announce some winners. So there's going to be 3 winners and they're all going to get a $25 credit to our store. So that's going to help right away with your gift shopping. Again, whether it's for yourself or for
All right.
someone else. All right, announce the first one, Josie.
Marisa Fellner.
Marcia.
Oh, Marcia?
Marcia.
Marcia?
So many ways you can
Marcia.
pronounce it. There actually is. I think you can spell Marcia that way too. But
What's this one?
Marcia Fellner. Durston Beverly?
Yeah.
Okay, that might be her username too. But Durston Beverly, winner number 2.
And then Melissa Loga?
Melissa, complicated middle name, Picarella. You'll know who you are. Exactly. Let's flip it over to Marisa just real quick. Marisa, you ready? Is there any questions that we didn't cover? Anybody has some burning issues before we
Any
kind of wrap up
I
our
think
club
everybody's
along?
just really excited and they
Good.
love October clubs and September clubs, and they loved the utility of the sunflower stitching die. So
Oh,
thank you,
yeah.
Yana, for showing us how to use that in different ways. So yeah,
Awesome.
thank you so much.
Yay. So let's bring back Yana real quick so she can
Yeah.
give us our little hey
Goodbye.
guys, kind
So
of do a
much
little
to-
wrap up as
Yeah.
we say goodbye here.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, lots of fun. I mean, I'm always a fan of club alongs. We get so many awesome ideas. And your guys' card with the slippers, with the monster feet, shoes, slippers, oh my gosh, adorable. Totally adorable. I'm so inspired to dig out my large die for October and start creating.
For
Make
Christmas.
all the
Yes,
slippers.
all the slippers for everyone.
Which was your favorite, Yana? Did you have a favorite slipper yet or no?
Well, I liked all of them, but now that you showed the monster slippers, I'm like, okay, monster is now my favorite.
Yay!
'Cause And you can totally use that for Halloween.
For anything.
For Halloween, I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that. Totally, that'd be so cute. Now, you know what I thought of later? I thought you need to take some of that shiny, like glossy accents or something, and do those little nails.
The nails, the
That'd
claws.
be so cool. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you,
Yes,
Yana.
thanks
We definitely will see you next time. Take care. And we'll also say goodnight and goodbye
Bye.
to Marisa. And how about our crew back there? Gavin? And I
Skylar
think
and
Skylar
Gavin.
might even be back there.
Bye.
Ah, she's back there hiding. Thanks so much for joining our Club Along. As always, follow us on
Yep.
social media. You can get notified when we have a new Club Along. And just, follow along for all the great things.
We'll see you in a couple months.
Yeah, sounds good. Happy crafting, guys.
Bye.